I didn't because up to 67% of the civil servants were Igbos. Up to 70% of the railway workers were Igbos. Up to 60% of director generals in Nigeria were Igbos. All the director generals in Nigeria were Igbos. 40 senior military officers were Igbos. All the key and important positions in Nigeria were Igbos. So what happened? The president of Nigeria was an Igbo man. I've explained this before, and then let me touch it again. I say there is nothing like a ceremonial president. The president is always and always the first citizen of every nation. Like we go to the UK, we have the Queen. The Queen is the first citizen. So the Queen is the number one person in UK. You cannot expect the Prime Minister to go and or the Queen to go and take salute from the Prime Minister. Or the Prime Minister go and take the salute from the Queen. Actually, it's the Queen that swear him into power. So Zik would not have accepted the post of the Prime Minister when he is the foremost Nigerian, the first Governor General of Nigeria. It's not possible. So he was the president because in a parliamentary system of government, the president is the number one and is head of the judiciary, while the Prime Minister is prima facie as the first among the ministers. But the president remains a president. So I know for a long time, people have said, pass on this negative information that Abubakar Tafola was in charge because Zik was a ceremonial president. There is nothing called ceremonial president. The world we live today, there are still countries that practice parliamentary system of government. The form of government we practice them was a parliamentary system of government, and the president, as always, is the head of the government. Now, when we got power or when we had our independence, now, I've said already, somehow, for no reason, or at least a reason I cannot comprehend, your brother, who is my brother, an Igbo man from Onitsha, decided to organize a coup. And that person that organized the coup is Emmanuel Efag. And the president of Nigeria is Nnamdi Azikiwe, the wall of Onitsha. So we had an Onitsha man that organized a coup against an Onitsha man. This is the truth of the matter. Now, there are so many stupid things that have been said about this coup. But the truth about it is that the people that organized the coup were Igbos. Sometimes they tell you that they wanted to organize the coup well after the coup to bring in our war to come and rule. Oh well, we don't know. We didn't hear that officially. That is speculation because you don't tell me that somebody will go and lay down his life to go and bring another person to come and rule. But let us presume that that's what he intended to do. There's no fact to expatiate or support that. It's a speculation. What we do know is that Igbos organized a coup. Let us be very frank about it. Because part of the things we are not honest with is that we don't want to accept this obvious fact that Igbos organized a coup. Because the person that initiated the coup was Emmanuel Efag with Onwa Tuegu. Nzogu was brought in by Yanu Foro, who is very good friend. Except for the Major Banjo that joined them, the rest were Igbos. Now, let us leave the people that organized the coup, because I've told you that the coup was initiated by Emmanuel Efag and no other person. No other person. Now, how was this coup executed? The execution proper. Our fallout was that 27 Northerners were killed. 27. And out of that 27, every important military officer for the North died. Now, if you want to organize a coup, the very first person you kill is the commander-in-chief of the armed forces. The commander-in-chief of that armed forces was Nnamdi Azikiwe. He was not killed. Yes, he was outside Nigeria. But who told me that he was not informed there was going to be a coup to travel outside Nigeria? But let us assume that it was a coincidence. Under the system of government that we operate in, when Zik travels, power goes to the Senate President. The Senate President then was Nwafori. So when Zik was away, the President of Nigeria was the Senate President, who is an Igbo man, who was Nwafori. Nwafori was not killed. Now, you cannot organize a coup without killing the most important military officer. The most important military officer, who is the chief of staff, was Umunakwagu Ironsi, who is an Igbo man. Umunakwagu Ironsi was not killed. Now, Ojukwu was in Kanu, in charge of the Artillery Brigade. Ojukwu was a lieutenant colonel then, a very senior officer. Ojukwu himself was not killed. But every officer from the north was killed. Now, there are other killings I cannot understand. Killing the Sultan of Sokoto. Sultan of Sokoto is a civilian. It's like you organize a coup and go and kill governor of Abia State, or you go and kill governor of Sokoto State. What does somebody who is the governor of the Northern Region have to do with the killing or organize a coup? Arrest him and put him in a prison. But you did not kill only Sultan of Sokoto. You killed the Sultan and killed the Ahmad Bello. You killed the Sadwana and killed the wife. You killed the wife and shot the wife in the stomach to kill the child, to kill the unborn baby. You killed the two of the secretaries. So I cannot understand these killings. And if we want to be honest with it, we have to be honest to the point, to the fact that this killing was premeditated. Let us assume it's a coincidence too, because Zeke traveling outside is a coincidence. Let us say this killing is still a coincidence. Now, after killing these northern people, ndị Igbo form wee bu n'ugwu Hausa and started mocking the Hausa. Ewu n'ebe akwa alaluma, ewu n'ebe. That was the music that we used in mocking these people. This was what led them to mutiny. They got angry and rebelled and started killing. Now, other things that happened. I want somebody listening to me to explain to me if in the history of mankind such a thing has ever happened. Umunakwa did not organize scheme. The Senate president, who was now for his, put a call across to Nnamdi that he wants to hand over power to Umunakwa Aguironsi. Umunakwa Aguironsi called one for Izu, and they reached an understanding to meet. They organized a press conference. The president of Nigeria, who was the president of Senate, who was standing brief for this, handed over power to Johnson Umunakwa Aguironsi. I want somebody to tell me where on earth do you see somebody assuming power without any form of administrative function, without any form of procedure, somebody calling from us and giving power? Let us assume that this is a coincidence. Umunakwa became president of Nigeria and they formed the unitary government. Because some of the times we don't want truth, we don't want to tell ourselves is that we, the Igbos, have a greater blame in the situation Nigeria finds itself today. That is why we are calling this conference. Because there are certain things we have to do. We have to heal the land and stop this semanticism and madness that people are going around carrying propaganda, telling lies for their personal and state aggrandizement. Now, when Umunakwa Aguironsi became the president of Nigeria from the unitary government, remember that before the coming of Umunakwa Aguironsi, Nigeria had a confederate status, which is what we are asking for today. Nigeria was a confederation. The North were in the North, the South were in the South, the Southeast were Southeast. That is how Nigeria was divided. There was nothing like military government. Power was not concentrated at the center. Everybody, the Southeast was in charge up to River State. That is the structure of Nigeria. Our own brother, who is my brother, who is your brother, Johnson Umunakwa Aguironsi, pulled down this confederate status that was existing in Nigeria. Somebody who is still alive, Professor Ben Nwabeze. He called Professor Ben Nwabeze. Ben Nwabeze wrote the constitution, unitary constitution, and Umunakwa Aguironsi took the constitution that Ben Nwabeze gave him and applied for Nigeria. But some people who are telling me today that the constitution we have is 1999 constitution, the people did not approve, the people will not talk. I want somebody to tell me where on earth you know before you get a constitution, people, I speak as an authority in certain field. I have, by the special grace of God, I read this administration, I read economics, and I read law, I'm reading law.